Welcome back, welcome back. Well, as many of you already know, I read a lot of fashion magazines to stay up on top of not only the trends for myself, but also for my makeup business. So today, I want to talk about some of the hair trends that I've been seeing out there in the magazines. And my next guest, she is a single mom of 3. She is a master educator at the Regency Beauty Institute, and she's here to talk to us today about some of those trends, and we can get some tips, and then we're also going to squash some of the myths that we've been hearing about when it comes to hair care. Please welcome my next guest, Eutopia Knight.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, good, good. Have a seat, have a seat.
Thank you.
Yes, Miss Topi here.
Thank you. Hi, how are you guys?
Good, good, good. Yes. So, you have 3 kids.
Yes, yes.
The youngest is how old?
My baby is going to be 2 in November.
Wow.
Yes.
And running a house, I'm sure. Running a house.
Yes, definitely keeping me busy.
Keeping you busy, keeping you busy. So as I was saying, I've been seeing a lot of trends in the magazines with the different hairstyles, the hair types, the hair weaves, the hair colors.
Yes.
Just all kinds of things. Fashion week is always a big, huge week or whatever. And so we're seeing a lot of different things that are taking place there as well. What are the top 3 things that you're seeing?
I would definitely say that dramatic hair color is definitely popping right now. I would say that natural hair is really in, and also extensions. I mean, you can't get enough of extensions right now.
Can't get enough of extensions.
Cannot get enough. The longer, the better. So.
Wow. Okay, well, let's start with color. Okay,
yes.
and some of these trends that are going on about color, and some of these colors have been funky. I mean,
yes.
Granted, I do like some of the colors that I've been seeing out there. Rihanna's doing the red. A lot of people have been doing the red. I remember when Janet Jackson, who's making her comeback, I remember when she did the red as well. And they're referring to this color as candy color. That's what they're calling it. They're calling it candy color in the magazine. So it's kind of interesting. What are some of the colors that you're seeing, the specific colors that people are coming into your salon and asking you for?
A lot of people are definitely asking for that purple. It's a nice, almost like the color of your dress. Okay. A lot of people want to wear that popping purple. They're looking for those blues, the grays, even the pastels. Those colors are just starting to be a little bit more in, just because of this new generation, this millennium generation. They are definitely taking things by storm, and they're saying, you know what, I'm going to express myself through my hair color.
Wow.
Yes,
wow.
Definitely.
Interesting. Myths about hair color. My mom, she's always, I gotta stay, I stay with my press and curl because I got my color and I can't get a relaxer. So let's talk about some of these myths.
One of the biggest myths, can you get a relaxer with hair color? Yes, you can. I am definitely a witness. My hair is relaxed and I'm wearing one of the reds.
Okay.
The thing is this. It's all about timing. Everything is about timing. As long as you get that relaxer in within the certain amount of time frame. So that relaxer has to be done first. 3 weeks later, then the color can be done. So yes, it is possible. You also want to know about hair care treatments as well.
Right. Yeah, it's always, everything takes some maintenance, some lifestyle type of choices. It's not just slap it in and go.
Definitely
nothing.
Not. And you definitely want to make sure that you are seeking out your hair care professionals. I know people want to save money, so you want to go in the stores and buy that little box color.
Right.
It's best to just see a professional. Yeah. You're not saving money. If anything, it's going to cost you more in the long run because we have to fix it. So.
Absolutely. and that's funny you would say that. And knowing your hair, I go to Topi every 4 weeks for my relaxer. That's all I go to her for is my relaxer. Yes. She doesn't, we don't style, we don't do any of that stuff, but it's because I know how to do my own hair. But I'm not about to try to do no relaxer because I know how, those are chemicals.
Those are chemicals.
You got to be careful
want to see a professional about how it's supposed to be applied, when it should be applied, how often, and then the aftercare as well. So definitely seek out your professionals.
Jeez. Okay, so then with the hair colors, so a lot of people, you'll see them, their colors fading, they're doing whatever their highlights, their grays are showing up or whatever. I read in one of the magazines that if you dry shampoo instead of using water, that will extend the life of your color, like just to keep you out of that water, because water, of course, will fade the hair color.
With these dramatic colors nowadays, they are not permanent. They're semi to demi-permanent. So what happens is that every time you shampoo, that color is fading out. It's bleeding out into your showers and things like that. You might notice it on your clothes sometimes. It just depends. So yes, dry shampoos definitely help. They suck out the oil from the scalp so that you don't have to look as greasy. Also, when you're shampooing your hair, you want to make sure you use use sulfate-free shampoos, or even color-safe shampoos and conditioners will also help extend the life of the color.
Okay. And then we talked about the funky colors, but then I've been seeing too, I'm like, oh my God, gray is like becoming so popular. And one of my girlfriend Nina's, I talked about Nina all the time. She's always like, get rid of that gray, get rid of that gray. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And it's funny how many compliments I get on a day-to-day basis. People want to know, did I dye my hair like this?
Yes.
Did I streak my hair? Like, who streaks their hair gray?
Well,
but they are now.
Yes, they are.
Weave is coming in gray now.
Yes,
so
it's
amazing.
Going along with the pastel lines as well, the grays, the light purples, the light pinks. So definitely don't cover up your gray all the time.
Right, exactly. And then one of the things that with in the workplace, colors are great, colors are fun, it's funky or whatever, but they're not always appropriate in the workplace. So you got to keep that in mind too, ladies. Don't just go walking up into a corporate office with blue hair and purple hair and thinking it's going to be okay, because chances are you're probably not going to get that promotion.
Correct. Most of our industry people are the ones with the purples and the gray. Artists are what you're seeing wearing that hair. The millennium, they're trying to get things to fit their ways, but there's certain corporate business jobs that you're not going to be able to walk in with platinum blue. So.
Yeah. Now extensions. Let's move on to the extensions, because everybody knows about extensions. Not a whole lot to talk about that. I guess that trend is never going to go away. Extensions are going to always be there. And of course, we know that weave and whatever is a $9 billion business.
Yes.
And the bulk of the imports is from India.
Yes, it is. You have your Brazilian hair, you have your Malaysian, Peruvian. I mean, the list goes on. Bundles are coming in. You'd pay, I'd say, $150 to $300 for a bundle of hair. So it's definitely an investment. But the good thing about that hair is that it can be reused. So make sure that if you're going to invest in it, get you a good brand, because you can use it again. Don't have to throw it out and get something else.
And it's expensive. It's like, come on, this weave is very expensive.
Exactly.
I remember that movie Good Hair with Chris Rock and how he just really laid it all out, the whole hair thing and the whole hair business, and extensions aren't going anywhere.
They're not going anywhere, and everyone's wearing them. Even if you're not doing a full sew-in, a half sew-in, or even partials. Everything is right now. It's just just to add that extra fullness. Yes.
Which, it's not bad. It's not all bad. Now let's move on to these naturals. I want to move on to that naturals.
Yes.
Okay, the naturals. Okay, it's a trend. A lot of people say they're doing it because, I'm trying to reach back, power to the people, whatever. But I don't see a lot. I see a very small percentage of people who are doing it because of cultural related. They're just trying to. Most people are doing it because they're like, oh, it got too expensive, and I just want to go natural. Oh, it's the trend to be walking around with this big old puffy looking hair, that kind of thing. And so it's, it's a trend. It's not necessarily
natural is in with everything. A lot of people are, going towards more organic foods and makeups and things like that. So a lot of times people are not using relaxers just because of the fact they want to get away from the chemicals, or they feel that it make their life a little bit easier. They feel that natural hair is a lot easier to work with than relax. So. I wouldn't say it's a cultural thing.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It's definitely not a cultural thing. And I don't think it's saving you no money and no time, because it is a lot. It's a lot more time and a lot more money to keep up natural hair. Let me just tell you that. So that's very interesting. So any other tips or myths about naturals and
I want to say you hit it right on the head when you say it's supposed to save you a little bit more time. I personally don't feel, as a stylist, that it does. There's a lot more work when it comes into natural hair. You have to make sure that you're kind of doing it the night before, you're setting it so you can define that natural curl. With relaxed hair, I go to the gym every morning, my hair is relaxed, I can mold it as long as it dries. It'll dry from my time from the gym on my way to work. I can comb it down and I got a nice wrap, So this is a thing. It's not necessarily eliminating that time. It's actually adding more time to you, so more time in your morning. So you have to think about that if you're going to decide to be natural.
Absolutely. Well, I'll have more about Topi on my website. I hope you all have gotten some wonderful tips about hair, and we've gotten some of these myths, and we've touched on some of the subjects, but I'm sure that you're going to have more other questions. So go to my website. You can learn more about Topi. We'll have a direct link to more information about her. Don't go away. We're coming right back.